the coming storm, Israel's impending Holocaust and the battle for Jerusalem. In Zechariah 12-14, we find one of the most important prophetic passages about Jesus' end-time plan for Israel and the world. This chapter demands a premillennial, plain-sense interpretation to make sense of the details in it. In this video, we'll review the eschatological sweep of Zechariah 14, and see how it points to Jesus' return to earth and the establishment of Jerusalem as the worldwide capital and worship center. Let's start with a brief overview of Zechariah 14. This chapter can be divided into two main parts. First, in verses 1-15, we see how Israel is refined and transformed by the Lord in the context of a global war. Jerusalem will be surrounded by the nations, and the Lord will deliver it from its enemies. Then, in verses 16-21, we see how all nations will worship Jesus in Jerusalem, which will be holy. This battle for Jerusalem is a spiritual, political, economic, and military battle for the control of Jerusalem. But let's focus on the first part for now. In Zechariah 14:1-2, we read that Jerusalem will be temporarily captured, and half its people taken captive. It is one of the most significant battlefronts in the Spirit today. The Lord Himself will gather the armies of all the nations to stand against Israel. Their presidential cabinets and military commanders will be with them. God will draw these leaders to Jerusalem to kill them and then replace their governments. Satan will also draw the nations to Jerusalem. The Gentile soldiers will ransack and plunder the homes, stealing money, food, and valuable possessions while violating many of the women. About half of the city's population will be taken into captivity. But a remnant will be supernaturally protected and anointed for battle in Jerusalem and Judah. This important promise must be proclaimed ahead of time. So that's an overview of Zechariah 14:1-2. In the next video, we'll look at how the Lord delivers Jerusalem, transforms it into Jesus' world capital, and establishes His rule over all nations. Thanks for watching.